The Markups tab in QuickBid is where you can analyze all the cost information you've added, enter indirect expenses and additional markups, and adjust the escalation, tax, overhead, and profit percentages. The Markups tab contains 3 sections: the bid overview at the top, the markup detail in the center, and additional markups at the bottom. The first field you'll encounter is the View drop-down menu. This menu controls what information displays in the section breakdown table below. For example, you can select if you want to see the breakdown of the base bid only, or with various combinations of any alternates or change orders. The bid grand total at the bottom of the window reflects the total of whatever selection you've made in the View menu. The section breakdown table lets you see how much money you have in the base bid, any alternates or change orders, and the different sections within each. The pie chart on the right shows a graphical representation of what percentage of your bid comes from material, labor, equipment, other, or subcontractor charges. If you select a section, alternate, or change order, the pie chart and the information displayed in the markup details section change to reflect the details of your selection. The markup details section shows the totals in the material, labor, subs, equipment, and other sections. In addition, you can add indirect expenses within each column and edit the markup percentages for escalation, tax and burden, overhead, and profit. Selecting the bid name at the top of the breakdown allows you to view totals and edit the indirect expenses and any percentages at the global bid level. The changes you make apply to every section within uniformly. However, if you choose a section instead, you can edit details for that section individually. For example, you don't have to use a single percentage for the overhead in your bid. If one section requires different overhead than others, simply select that section and make the adjustment. The next time you view the base bid, the percentage you see for overhead will represent the average rate across all bid sections. If you change the percentage at the bid level, every section within changes. Working through a bid section by section allows for the most precise results. Now, imagine you have no chance of winning this job unless your bid comes in at least $10,000 less than what you have now. You could go back through your bid, painstakingly looking for where you can cut costs, adjusting your bid section by section like you just saw, or you could quickly adjust the bid total in the bottom right of the markup detail section. Simply subtract $10,000 from the current total and enter that number instead. Notice you can manipulate your total figure as much as you want, and your profit percentage is the only thing that ever changes. If you adjust it too low, the total stops once you reach 0% profit, and it won't go any lower. At that level, theoretically, you could still complete the job, keep the lights on, and pay all of your workers, but you'd also make no money. This also assumes you have enough money in your overhead to do so. Some estimators combine their overhead with the profit, and that's an extremely risky and ill-advised move if you plan to edit the bid total field. Let's look at a few other buttons and checkboxes in the markup detail section. For example, a checkbox at the top labeled Select All Bid Sections. Deselecting this checkbox while looking at the base bid moves you to the first bid section. When you're in a bid section, checking and unchecking the Select All Bid Sections box switches the totals between the bid level and the section totals. This way, you can easily toggle back and forth to see the difference between the section you're in and the entire bid. Some additional buttons are active at the bottom of the markup detail section while viewing a bid section as well. Click the Add Notes button to add section-specific notes to your bid that display on reports and proposals. The Previous or Next buttons move you between bid sections. If you're working in a bid with accepted alternates, a checkbox labeled Include Accepted Alternate Sections is also available. In this example, with the box selected, you can see the base bid total at the top shows a lower value than the section total in the lower right. The alternate accounts for the difference between the two figures. Unchecking Include Accepted Alternate Sections removes the alternate's total, and the figures match. Toggling this checkbox lets you quickly see the difference between your bid or section totals with and without alternates, without needing to unaccept them. The Include Accepted Alternate Sections checkbox is only available from the base bid. You can learn more about the Markups tab, including how to add charges for things like stocking, supervision, or contingencies in the training video The Markups tab, Indirect Expenses and Additional Markups.